Mitsubishi. My name is Nathan and today we're doing a walk around video on this 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLC250. So what we'll do is run through the condition of the vehicle as well as the phenomenal amount of features that actually comes in this particular model. And being a Mercedes, it is a prestige vehicle. You're going to get some high quality paint, high quality interiors, and obviously a great amount of features. So I'll try my best to touch on it. Obviously I'm no Mercedes expert, but I will do my very best. Now starting off at that front end, you've got that new updated Mercedes look. So big badging right in the front there, and also a smaller badging just on the top, like the old school badges which actually do come out. But this is a nice little take and a nice little touch to the current design and the modern kind of look of vehicles these days. Now you will notice this badging does have a glass plating on top. That most likely indicates that there are some sensors in that behind this actual logo, probably for your forward collision mitigation, your auto braking systems, things like that. And if you look below that, there is also a little camera. Now this car does come with a 360 camera system. So camera located under the badging and also on each one of the side mirrors and also on the tailgate, but I will point them out as we go through the vehicle. And this car also does come with 6 parking sensors along the bottom. Most vehicles will get 4, but being a Prestige or a Mercedes, you're going to get 6 in the vehicle, which is going to give you a great amount of coverage when you're, I guess, trying to park around tight corners. Now this car, if you will notice, does have a slightly pearlescent paint finish, so it does have that Prestige premium kind of tone to it. May not get it or see it as well in the camera, but it is a very beautiful color. And you can see front end condition again, pretty immaculate, no real damage or marks there. Nice chrome finishes on the front, they still stand out quite nicely. Big bold headlights, they do come with projector globes, which are going to give you a really consistent amount of light and also a really clean cut line of light as well. So good dispersion of light, all your LED badging and things like that, just to add a bit of detail to the headlight itself, and also daytime running lamps to the top of the headlights. Now coming around, taking a look at the first alloy wheel. Now this car does have an AMG pack, so it does have the AMG rims on there, very nice multi-spoke design. They do have a polished aluminium on the edging of the spoke and like a gunmetal grey on the inside, just gives it a cool dual tone effect. Big Mercedes-Benz brakes behind it, being such a large vehicle and also being quite a powerful car as well. You're going to want to have that stopping power. You can see there are ported brakes as well, which are going to allow for cooling, but also better braking power. And they are sitting on some Goodyear tires, so your good quality tires, and you can see there's plenty of tread on them as well. Now as we pan around the side of the vehicle, you will notice there are side steps on the vehicle. Being that it is slightly lifted or slightly higher than your average car, it is going to help get in and out of the car as well. Now as you will see, the side mirrors do fold in when the vehicle is locked. The car does actually come with 2 keys, which is good. When you actually unlock the vehicle, the side mirrors will fold out. Now you can either reach into the handle as long as you're within proximity, or you can obviously use the unlock feature on the remote itself. Now on the side mirrors, there is an indicator lamp fitted in there. Benefit of that is it actually elevates the lamp, makes it more visible for the other drivers on the road, and also clears up the quarter panel, allows for these really nice curves and designs to allow for better aerodynamic design. Underneath the headlights as well, side cameras, as you can see, there is a slight bulge there. Again, part of the 360 camera system, but I will point that out when we get inside. If you have a look on the inside of the mirror, there is also a little indicator here. That will be for your blind spot warning system, which is a safety feature in this particular Mercedes. Now, opening up the car, I will note as well, the car does come slightly tinted. It's not a full, doesn't look to be the darkest, but it is tinted at the front, and the backs are a little bit darker as they do come with a privacy glass, but there is a heat shield attached to it as well. But opening it up, having a look inside, amazing interior on this Mercedes, probably some of the nicest interiors in the automotive industry at the moment. Carpets are in extremely clean condition, no real damage. There are carpet mats as well, which are in the boot, just as the car got a detail not long ago. Mercedes-Benz scuff plate on the inside of the frame, which is going to keep the door trim nice and clean when you're getting in and out, prevent you from damaging the actual paint. Nice leather interior, bolsters are still very excellent on these seats, still quite nice and firm. No real damage or wear and tear, no stains, no marks. So you can see it has actually been looked after quite well by the previous owner, and like I said guys, beautiful interior, nice door card again, no real damage down here from being kicked open, people being lazy. Nice wood grain finish as well, which is consistent through the car, but we will touch on that as we go into the vehicle. Opening up the back doors, if you look inside, just so you can see the kind of space that you get in the vehicle, plenty of space in the back seats, and these back seats again look like they haven't really been sat on much. Excellent condition, no real marks of damage, and no real kick marks behind these seats as well, which you can see if you kids generally sit in the back seat, you will see a bit of damage to the back of the driver's and passenger seat, but no damage there whatsoever. Now having a look at the second rim, it's good to see that this rim is also completely unmarked with no real gutter rash or damage. Goes to show that the previous owner actually cared about the vehicle and actually was quite careful with it, didn't drive it erratically or park in a kind of a, not a good way, I guess. And having a look at the back tires as well, lots of tread on there, no marks there at all. Opening up the Fuel cap, now it is on the driver's side of the car. Being a European vehicle, it is on this side. That will just pop open. However, the car will stay, when you actually lock the vehicle, that's going to stay locked. You will see it does recommend using 95. I would always recommend using 98 on a car like this, but that comes down to personal preference. If you come across to the tailgate of the car, now you will notice there is a GLC250 badging and the 4MATIC badging on the right hand side. Mercedes-Benz badging right in the middle. Now underneath that lip is your reverse camera. Just underneath, which will actually, sorry, I lied, it's not actually under there, but it is at the back. It will come out from under this little cap here. When you put it into reverse, it'll actually pop out. You've also got your rear wipers and washers, and also a high mounted brake light for better indication when you're braking. Reverse parking sensors down the bottom, and you've also got a dual tip exhaust system on this vehicle. Now if you open up the boot, it does come with an automatic tailgate. So you simply have to press the button, boot will open up. Like I said, AMG carpet mats are in the back, just after the detail. They're in excellent condition, you can see, not really worn out. It doesn't look like it's been used much, so very good nick. Rear cargo liner, which is going to keep the boot lining nice and clean as well. And if you lift that up, you can see, again, very well maintained. A little bit of imprint just from the bottom, but that's not actually damaged. If I lift up the base, that's where all your inflation kits and emergency packs are for the vehicle. So there is a first aid and some inflation stuff at the back to get the wheels running again temporarily until you get to a spot where you can sort that out. Rear aluminium plate for the scuff guard. And also one thing that's pretty unique about these cars, they've got 3 seats, so you got one over there, one over there, one over there. Most will come with a 60-40 split. So these are all individual seats, and a nice little feature here is this little button. So there's one on either side. Pulling the button down will do this. So if I pull this button, and if you look at that seat, those are going to drop down, and same for this side. It's going to drop completely flat if you want to chuck something in the boot. 12-volt socket in the back as well if you wanted to add something to the boot, and also the rear cargo blind, which is going to keep everything secure or private in the back so that no one's really peeking into the boot of your vehicle. Now on the tailgate there is this, there are 2 little buttons. So the one on the left is going to close the boot. The one on the right will actually close it and lock all the doors. So if you grab all your groceries, hit that button and walk away, it'll actually lock everything. Now one thing that's nice about these boots as well is if you press the lock button like that, there is actually a sensor in there which is going to bounce it back up. If you've got little kids or you're worried about safety, Mercedes have already thought of that. So you're not going to have to worry about anything, and there wasn't actually much force on that either. Coming across to the passenger side, now pay attention to the paintwork, because like I said, being that a pearl color, it is quite a unique tone, but you can see there's really no damage or marks around this vehicle. It is actually been looked after really, really well. Coming over to the third alloy wheel, now being the curb side of the car, generally you tend to see a bit of damage on these rims, so you can see some light gashing, very superficial marks. It hasn't actually damaged the rim to a serious extent, but a bit of light gashing there and a little bit of light work down the bottom here as well. But the rim itself, very good condition, lots of tread on those tires. Paintwork on the rear passenger door and front passenger door are again excellent condition, no scratches or marks, no noticeable swirls, just a really nice example of a well-maintained used vehicle. And that fourth and final rim, generally the one with the most damage, has a little bit down the bottom, but not really much noticeable, not really any noticeable damage on there either. So guys, you can see very well maintained GLC 250, excellent condition, beautiful paintwork. Rims are in very good nick apart from a little bit of scratching on this side of the car, but other than that guys, it is an amazing vehicle. So what we'll do is pop the hood and have a look inside. Look inside the engine bay of the Mercedes. Now what we have here is a 4-cylinder 2-litre turbo petrol motor. Now the car is actually fitted with a 9-speed automatic gearbox, which means lots amount of gears, great amount of torque, and also more fuel economy, and also can be quite good for towing as well, having those extra gears. Now this car does come with a 5-star ANCAP rating with 9 airbags, which is an amazing amount of safety for the passengers in the vehicle. Out of this motor you will see a power output of about 155 kilowatts with about 350 newton meters of torque. And as I said before, it is on your premium fuel, so your 95 or your 98. It does have a 66-litre capacity fuel tank. You will see a combined fuel consumption of about 7.2 litres, or an average fuel distance of about 917 kilometres off a full tank. That is all dependent on the kind of driving you're doing. Now taking a look inside the Mercedes now, you can see, as I said on the exterior walk around, it is a beautiful interior, a lot of nice wood grain finishes, and again the wood grain is actually being maintained really well. There's no real damage or scratches on there, no marks. Door trims are in excellent condition, leather's still in very good nick. Dash vinyl is all good. You can see it's quite a soft vinyl. Now they use that because it is actually part of the safety aspect of the vehicle. If you were to meet in a collision, which hopefully you never will, there is a soft padding surface that you're going to probably knock on, not something that's going to be hard and plastic or metal or wood. So they've done that intentionally, got the nice head unit, but again, we'll go through the car as we flow through it. So on the right hand side, driver's side door, all your window controls. Now they are fully automatic window controls. Behind that is your window lock option and also a control for your side mirrors. There is a little button to fold them in, but as I said, when you actually lock your car, it is going to fold in either way. Central locking located inside the door handle, and you've actually got your electric seat controls located just above near the speaker system. So that is going to be for your lean, and this is going to be to move the seat forward and back, up and down, whatever you prefer. Now you will notice there is one for your actual headrest. However, this particular model doesn't come with electric headrest, just the back and the bottom base. Your boot release button is located down the bottom here, so pressing that is going to open the boot, and you can close it with that same button. Your electric park brake, so as you notice, there is no actual traditional handbrake or a foot brake, as Mercedes is a little bit classier. So you've got a little button here or a little lever, which is actually for your electric park brake or your handbrake system. On the right hand side is your headlight controls, so you can see there is an automatic headlight system. Just put it into that auto function, car's going to decide when it needs to turn them on. On the right hand side is illumination for your dash and your fog lamps button on the left hand side. Above that are a few little safety features or extra controls in the vehicle. So pressing this is going to be your driver assist or your lane keeping system. That's kind of going to keep the car in the lane. It's going to deter you from veering off. You can turn that off if you don't like something that's quite invasive and may take over the steering wheel, but that's up to you. It is there for your safety. This is for your lane keeping assist, and this is your steering assist, so two different options. Next to that is your parking sensor buttons. You can turn them off if the beeping is a little bit too annoying. Next to that is your 360 control, and also so if I press that button, you will notice the 360 camera will come up. Pressing the button is actually going to bring up the forward camera, and this has got an amazing 360 camera system. You can see how clear it is and how actually accurate it is, because I can tell you that's to scale and actually quite well designed. So very good 360 system. You can change the kind of views that you get there, so you will need to use a trackpad. Sorry, I'm not quite used to this yet. 360 view or the 180 with the 360 view on the side. If I flick up, you can actually flick through the different options if you wanted to focus more on a certain setting. You can see you can just flick through it like so. That'll bring up the sides, the front, the back, everything like that. So fully set up system. We'll keep it on the front there for now, and then pressing it again is just going to turn it off, and then you've got your adaptive cruise or your auto braking system. Now, unlike most cars, your actual gear shifter is on this right hand stalk. So flicking, right now it's in park, which is a little button at the end. If I flick that down, that's going to put it into drive, and you will notice it goes into your D mode. Flicking it up will put it into reverse, and you can see that'll open up the reverse camera and the 360 system. And then if I just do one little flick down, that'll put it into neutral. And again, to put it back into park, just press the little button at the end there. The left hand side has your wipers and washers, and again, they do run an automatic system, so just leave it in auto. Car's going to do everything for you. That's your back, and then your front is with the lever. Underneath is your cruise control setting with your adaptive cruise control button, so you can kind of adjust your adaptive cruise control range. Now you will notice the steering wheel is a very nice leather stitched steering wheel in excellent condition, quite a sporty design. Right hand side has all your media controls, left hand side has a little option for the display in your dash there, which has your navigation, your trip A, trip B, media controls, radio, telephone, all those kinds of things. Just so you don't have to take your eyes off the road to actually control everything, you can do it through the system here with your voice control button right in the middle. Now you will notice there are paddle shifts behind the actual steering wheel. That is for your sports shift system. So you simply put it into drive and then press the buttons, and that'll engage your sports shift. But the car's not moving right now, so it's not going to change gears. Now coming over to the entertainment system now, you've got a very nice center console, head unit up the top there. Now you can see it's not actually touchscreen, can't do anything using that. You do need to use these two little controls here. So you've got a dial, which is the older traditional system that they had. I'll just press back, go back to home. Traditional system which they had in the Mercedes. You can use this dial, or you can actually use this as like a trackpad, like the same as your computer or your phone, whatever you wanted to, and you actually press down to select it. Now you will notice it comes with inbuilt navigation, so you can see we are on planet Earth in Australia, and you can zoom in with the dial. Just like if I go back to navigation, you can zoom in using the system as well, which Can't quite do that. And then you've got your radio. You can quick access standard AM FM radio with digital radio. Turn that volume down. And you can also go back to home, radio, media, which is going to be for your Bluetooth connection, CD input, USB, etc. And all your vehicle information, such as your servicing, your any warnings, any kind of customizable features you want in the vehicle, you can do that through there. And telephone is obviously going to be for your Bluetooth connection. Below that, you've got your 3 vents, all your AC systems. You've got dual zone or tri-zone, I should say. There's also vents at the back there, which you can somewhat adjust. But dual zone, driver and passenger can have their own settings, and also your radio controls or hard buttons down the bottom. So you can use that or the hard buttons located in that system. Got 2 cup holders, a 12-volt socket, and actually the light's blocking it. No, just a little storage compartment underneath there, which is a little bit deeper if you want to put your wallet in there as well. All your controls, as I pointed out earlier, and you've got this nice leather stitch center console armrest. If you look in there, there is an SD card slot and also 2 USB inputs for any additional charging that you might be doing or any phone connections to the head unit. A little strap in there to hold down whatever it is you want to hold down. And if I get the camera person, just pan up. Now this car does come with a nice little moonroof and a sunroof. So if I flick that back once, that'll pull back the shade and roll in the shade from the back. And if I do that again, that is actually going to pull back the sunroof. So pretty sleek system. It is very hot, so I might close that back up, but pretty easy system to use. Flicking it all the way across is going to close it up as well. The back glass does not open, only the front will. And then if I press it again, that's going to bring back the shades to make sure you're shaded from the sun. Now I'll get the camera person just pan around the interior. Now this car does come with a really good sound system, so it does have an amazing sound system in here, being a prestige vehicle. Like I said, guys, condition is just amazing on this car. I'll get them to show the back seats as well, which are in excellent condition. No real damage or marks to the seats. Leather's in amazing condition, very well maintained. And one thing I would highly recommend you talk to us about is our Hydro Pack, because that is going to give you a lifetime warranty on this leather. And being that it is such a high grade leather, you want to make sure it's protected and preserved for the lifetime of your ownership. But what we'll do now is actually jump outside and wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching the walk around video on this 2017 GLC250. And as you can see, it is quite an immaculate car, very well maintained, great amount of features in this particular model, and just the exterior condition and interior condition is phenomenal. Now, if you do have any additional questions, I actually wanted to test drive the vehicle now that everything has opened up, you can do that. The number to dial is 99070555. Now make sure you do call in, as we are appointment only, so make sure you buzz in, call in through our phone room, and we will sort out a time and day for you to actually come view the vehicle, make sure it is in presentable condition. Now, one thing I highly recommend you talk to us about is a Hydro Pack. Now, this is going to give you a lifetime warranty on this beautiful paintwork. It's going to make it a lot easier for you to maintain, clean, and most importantly, protect. It's going to protect it from all those harsh environmental factors such as bird droppings, bat droppings, oxidization, fading, all those nasty things that could stop a beautiful car like this actually looking this good. Now that will also come with an interior protection for the leather, and we can package that in with some tinting. It's obviously already got tinted windows, but we can make it a little bit darker if you wanted to, but that is up to your discretion. So make sure you ask us about this. Now this is at an additional cost. However, if you're using our in-house finance, would love to introduce you to our business managers, Julie and Mario, who show just some minimal diesel effective repayments. Now lastly, but most importantly, make sure you jump on a Google, search up Berwick Mitsubishi, and actually see what people have to say about us. With over 1,100 reviews and sitting at 4.8 stars, gives you the assurance as a buyer that you're dealing with the right people, the right kind of business for a good quality vehicle. Now, as I mentioned before, if you did have any additional questions, the number to dial is 99070555. My name is Nathan. Thank you so much for watching.